I'm gearing up and I am so excited for my trip along the Oregon coast in just a few short days. Camera in hand, ready to camp along the Oregon coast and capturing ocean waves, iconic lighthouses, and majestic waterfalls. Packing the right gear is key to making the most out of a trip like this. So I thought, why not share with you what's in my bag? Whether you're a fellow photography enthusiast or you're just curious about what goes into a bag like this, I thought that I would bring you along. So let's go dive in. See you in a sec. Hi, and welcome back. My name is Laura, and since we're here, I thought, why not discuss what is in my backpack and what I'm taking for my photo journey along the Oregon coast in just a few short days. Once I get there, I want to make sure that I have everything that I'm going to need for this expedition. It's not like you can turn around and go home and get your Sigma lens, right? Let's put this right to bed right now, is that I am not being sponsored by anyone yet. So if anybody wants to sponsor me, that would be great. But since I'm new at this, I thought that I would just show you what's in my bag. When I first got started and I was looking for everything that I can get my hands on, all the information about what tools of the trade that I would need to be a landscape photographer, the information was few and far between, and YouTube was just getting started. It was in its infancy. So I really didn't have a lot of knowledge or didn't have any mentors to go to. And so I thought, well, why not let you be involved with what I'm putting in my bag for those that are curious and those that are really well-rounded in the industry? Okay. At least we're all sharing, right? I've learned along the line that sharing is a good thing. It's not something that you want to keep secret. So first and foremost, you're going to need a trustworthy professional DSLR. I did start out with a small point and shoot Canon 4 megapixel, kid you not, camera, and I was shooting landscapes at the Skagit Valley. And everybody was laughing at me. I had it on a tripod, but I was getting some pretty good shots, at least so I thought. Then you go and process them and go, but I did get some good ones. So you have to start somewhere. So the next thing that you're going to want to get is you're going to want to get a really trustworthy and stable tripod. This is an aluminum. It's a Jolcon H80, and it has a 360-degree ball on it, so I can get my panorama shots. So this is a great travel tripod because it's so light. It's gone as far as Arizona with me and even Maine. So it comes with its own bag to pack it, and so I can tuck it in a really big suitcase and just put it on the plane with me. But it's essential to have. This is my DSLR. This is a Nikon H Z2 mirrorless camera. It is full frame, and I love it because I can see what I'm shooting on the back of the camera. So, and then this is my Tamron 300mm lens. It's a zoom lens. It'll get to most places that I want to go. If not, then I have a Sigma. I have my Sigma 600mm lens. And just to reiterate, I'm not being sponsored, so this is me just sharing, okay? So this is heavy. It's very heavy, and so when I put it on a tripod, it makes life a lot easier. But it's hard to like photograph whales on a tripod, so you're holding it the whole time. So bear that in mind when you want to go out and take pictures of whales, that they don't wait for the tripod to be set up. You just have to be there, be in the moment. And then I have all the way down to, oops, don't fall. I have all the way down to a 50 millimeter lens. This is a kit lens that came with a camera that I bought a long time ago. I do have an ND filter attached to it, and it's gonna get a wider shot. It's more of a panorama lens. I'm at f11 and 120 seconds later, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how to do that. Bear in mind, I'm a person that has severe dyslexia, but it also makes me very creative. But I don't remember things like that. I'm self-taught. I got online, and I am taking a course by Serge Ramalli. So Serge, if you're seeing this, hi. So just lots of digging in and teaching myself how to do things. And so I just keep a hold of some of the lenses that I need. And let me see what else. You want to make sure that you have enough flashcards. There's really good flashcards and there's okay flashcards. So do your research and look for some flashcards that are high capacity, professional grade flashcards. And then you want to make sure that you take enough batteries. I have been in a situation where, in fact, in Skagit Valley, I wasn't thinking and I didn't take enough batteries, and my battery died just at sunset, and I was going to get this gorgeous sunset and the daffodils, and everybody was out taking pictures but me. I was in the car frantically trying to charge my battery. So don't want to be in that situation. So bring batteries along. And let me see, bring card readers. I'm bringing my iPad, but I'm going to be camping, so I want to make sure that I've got something to do. I'm not going to be able to do the down deep editing that I like to do. That I'll do at home, but I bring a travel hard drive along with me. That way I can keep the raw footage. And if you don't understand RAW, I'll explain that later, but there's a difference between RAW and JPEG. And the information that the RAW has is everything. It's like opening a phone book, and I know nobody has those anymore, but it's just beaming with information, whereas a JPEG might just be your name and your phone number, not your address. Does that make sense? I also have triggers like this one up here that I can just hold, because I'll have timer set on with my tripod, but and I've learned, Serge taught me this, is that if you put the timer on and not touch the camera, you'll get a cleaner shot in most cases, as long as you have a steady environment. Told you, I'm not very techy. I just like doing what I do. This is the case for my wireless mic that I'm wearing, and it'll reach up to 600 feet, they say, unobstructed. So it just gives for better sound, and it comes with all kinds of cords and so forth to go with that. And I'm taking my GoPro and lots of batteries and lots of accessories. So I plan on making this trip a learning experience as well, not just getting the shots, but also I want to make sure to teach myself to take the time and not just go, oh, click, that's cool. No, I want to sit and really wait for that sunset. I want to take pictures along the way. I want to practice with some settings that I haven't practiced before. So this is a way for me to bring you along, and so you can see about me and get to know me as an artist. So thank you so much for tagging along with me and enjoying this trip. And if you like this video, or if you just simply want to follow me and get to know me, please subscribe and hit that bell and share it with your friends. Thank you so much for joining me again. See you soon. Bye-bye.